shepherd, wherefore do you follow her, like foggy south puffing with wind and rain? You fool!
Thou shun a bear, but if thy fly lay toward the roaring sea, thou'st meet the bear in the mouth.
It is a body planet that will strike where 'tis predominant, and 'tis powerful, think it, from east, west, north, and south.
Your honors, I refer me to the oracle. Apollo, be my judge.
Cry the man mercy, love him, take his offer. Foul is most foul, being foul to be a scoffer.
Here I stand, your slave, a poor, infirm, weak, and despised old man.
And then my lungs began to crawl like Chanticleer, that fool should be so deep contemplative.
And you must bar me Gargantuan's mouth first. 'Tis a word too big for any mouth of this age's size.
I am not a slut. Though I thank the gods I am foul.
Some heavy business hath my lord in hand, and I must know it, else he loves me not.
Sir, spare your threats. The bug which you would fright me with, I seek.
And as you like it, one of Shakespeare's most popular comedies, romance and wit unfurl amidst family conflicts. When we begin, Duke Frederick has usurped the dukedom of his older brother, Duke Senior, and banished him and his retinue into the pastoral forest of Arden. Orlando, younger brother, persecuted by his older brother, Oliver, also flees into Arden. In this early scene, the young cousins have just returned from a wrestling match where Rosalind has fallen head over heels with Orlando.
Why, cousin! Why, Rosalind! Cupid have mercy, not a word.
Not one to throw at a dog.
No, thy words are too precarious to be cast away upon curs. Throw some of them at me. Come, lay me with reasons.
Then there were two cousins laid up, when one should be lamed with reasons and the other mad about it.
What is all this for your father?
No, some of it's for my child's father. Oh, how full of briars is this working day world.
They are but burrs, cousin, thrown upon thee in holiday foolery. If we walk not in the trodden paths, our very petticoats will catch them.
I could shake them off my coat. These burrs are in my heart.
Hand them away.
I would try if I could cry hem and have him.
Come, wrestle with thy affections.
Oh, they take the part of a better wrestler than myself.
Is it possible, on such a sudden, you should fall into so strong a liking with old Sir Rowland's youngest son?
The Duke, my father, loved his father dearly.
Doth it therefore ensue that you should love his son dearly? For this kind of chase I should hate him, but for my father hated his father dearly. Yet I hate not Orlando.
No, Faith, hate him not, for my sake.
Why should I not? Doth he not deserve well?
Let me love him for that. And do you love him because I do?
Look, here comes the Duke, with his eyes full of anger.
Mistress, dispatch you with your safest haste and get you from our court.
Me, uncle?
You, cousin, within these 10 days, if thou beest found, so near our public court as 20 miles, thou dies for it.
I do beseech your grace. Let me the knowledge of my fault bear with me. Never so much as in thought unborn did I offend your highness.
Thus do all traitors. That it suffice thee that I trust thee not.
Your mistrust cannot make me a traitor. Tell me whereon the likelihood depends.
Thou art thy father's daughter. There's enough.
So was I when your highness took his dukedom. So was I when your highness banished him. Treason is not inherited, my lord, or if we did derive it from our friends, what's that to me? My father was no traitor. Then, my good liege, mistake me not so much to think my poverty is treacherous.
If she be a traitor, why so am I. We still have slept together, rose at an instant, learned, played, eat together, and whereso we went like Juno's swan still, we went coupled and inseparable.
Firm and irrevocable is my due, which I have passed upon her. She is banished.
Pronounce that sentence then on me, my liege. I cannot live out of her company.
You are a fool. You, niece, provide yourself if you outstay the time. Upon my honor and the greatness of my word, you die.
Oh, my poor Rosalind, whither wilt thou go? Do not change fathers, I will give thee mine. I charge thee, be not thou more grieved than I am.
I have more cause.
Thou hast not, cousin. Prithee, be cheerful. Knowest thou not the Duke hath banished me, his daughter?
That he hath not.
No, hath not. No. Shall we part, sweet girl? No, let my father seek another heir. Therefore, devise with me how we may fly, whither to go, and what to bear with us. Say what thou canst, I'll go along with thee.
Why, whither shall we go?
To seek my uncle in the forest of Arden. I'll put myself in poor and mean attire, and with a kind of umber smirch my face. The like do you. So, shall we pass along? Never stir assailants.
Were it not better, because that I am more common tall, that I did suit me in all points, like a man. A gallant curl-tail axe upon my thigh, a boar spear in my hand, and in my heart lie there what hidden women's fear their will. We'll have a swashing and a martial outside, as many other mannish cowers have, that do outface with their semblances.
What shall I call thee when thou art a man?
Right. I'll have no worse a name than Job's own page, and therefore look you call me Ganymede. But what will you be called?
Something that hath a reference to my state, no longer Celia, but alien.
But cousin, what if we essayed to steal the clownish fool out of your father's court? Would he not be a comfort to our travel?
He'll go along over the wide world with me. Leave me alone to woo him, let's away. Now go we in content to liberty, not to banishment.
Jake is a melancholy philosopher in Duke Senior's exiled court. He's a man who watches the world with sharp cynicism. When we encounter him here, he's just had a run-in with Touchstone, the court jester who has accompanied Rosalind and Celia into the forest of Arden. Jake is unexpectedly delighted by this fool.
A fool! I met a fool in the forest, a motley fool, oh miserable world. As I do live by food, I met a fool who laid him down and basked him in the sun and railed on Lady Fortune in good set terms, and yet a motley fool. Good morrow, fool, quoth I. No, sir, quoth he. Call me not fool till heaven had sent me fortune. And then he drew a dial from his poke, and looking upon it with lackluster eyes, says very wisely, It is now 10 o'clock. Thus we may see, quoth he, how the world wags. 'Tis but an hour ago since it was 9, and in an hour more 'twill be 11. And so from hour to hour we ripe, and from hour to hour we rot, and thereby hangs a tale. When I did hear the wise fool thus moral on the times, my lungs began to crow like Chanticleer, that fools should be so deep contemplative. An hour, oh worthy fool, an hour by his dial, noble fool. Motley's the only way.
Yeah.
Realizing that the forest of Arden is a welcoming place, Rosalind and Celia have both come across mysterious love poetry found on trees in the forest. As Rosalind realizes she has become the subject of someone's romantic imagination, the forest reveals itself not only as a retreat, but as a space where desires take root.
Didst thou hear these verses?
Oh, yes.
And more too, for some of them had them in them more feet than the verses would bear.
That's no matter. The feet may bear the verses.
Aye, but the feet were lame and could not bear themselves without the verse, and therefore stood lamely on the verse.
But didst thou hear without wondering how thy name should be hanged and carved upon all these trees?
Well, I was 7 out of the 9 days of wonder before you came, for, oh, look, here what I found in the poetry.
Trow you know who hath done this?
Is it a man?
And a chain that you once wore around his neck. Change you color?
I prithee who?
Lord, oh Lord, it is hardly a matter for friends to meet, but mountains may be removed with earthquakes, and so in
Nay, but who is it?
Is it possible?
Nay, I prithee, now, with most petitionary vehemence, tell me who it is.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, and most wonderful, wonderful, and yet again wonderful, and after all that, out of all whooping.
With my complexion, dost thou think that though I am caparisoned like a man, I have a doublet and hose in my disposition? 1 inch of delay more is a South Sea of discovery. I prithee tell me who it is quickly, and speak apace.
It is young Orlando that tripped off the wrestler's heels in her heart, both in an instant.
Orlando? Nay, but the devil take mocking. Speak, sad brow, and true maid.
In faith, cause 'tis he.
Orlando?
Orlando!
Yes! Oh, the last of the day! What shall I do with my doublet and hose? What did he do when thou sawest him? What said he? Oh, how looked he? Wherein went he? What makes he here? Did he ask for me? Where remains he? How parted he with thee? And when shalt thou see him again? Answer me in one word.
You must borrow me Gargantuan's mouth first. 'Tis a word too big, great for any mouth of this age's size.
But doth he know that I am in this forest? And in man's apparel? Looks he as freshly as he did the day we wrestled?
It is as easy to count anatomies as it is to resolve the propositions of a lover. But take haste in my finding him, and relish it in good observance. I found him under a tree, like a dropped acorn.
Oh, it may well be called Jove's tree when it drops forth such fruit.
Give me audience, good ma'am.
Proceed.
There he lay, stretched along like a wounded knight.
It would be a pity to see such a sight. It well becomes the ground.
Try hollow to the tongue. I prithee, it curvets unseasonably. He was furnished like a hunter.
How ominous! He comes to kill my heart.
Sing my song without burden. Thou bringest me out of tune.
Do you not know that I am a woman? When I think, I must speak. Sweet, say on.
You bring me out. Soft, comes he not here?
'Tis he. Slink by and note him.
In this next scene, Nora returns, this time playing Touchstone, who is wandering in the forest with his new lady friend, Audrey. Touchstone and Audrey remind us that not all love in Arden is poetic.
Come apace, good Audrey. I will fetch up your goats, Audrey. And how, Audrey? Am I the man? Yet doth my simple features content you?
Your features! Lord warrant us. What features?
I am here with thee and thy goats. As the most capricious poet, honest Ovid was among the gods.
Oh, knowledge ill inhabited. Worse than Jove in a thatched house.
When a man's verse cannot be understood, nor a man's good wit seconded with the forward child understanding, it strikes a man more dead than a great reckoning in a little rule. Truly, I wish the gods had made thee more poetical.
I do not know what a poetical is. Is it honest indeed in word? Is it a true thing?
No, truly, for the truest poetry is the most feigning. And lovers are given to poetry, and what they swear in poetry may be said as lovers they do feign.
Do you wish then that the gods had made me poetical?
I do, truly, for thou swearest to me that thou art honest. Now, if thou wert a poet, I might have some hope that thou did feign.
Would you not have me honest?
No, truly, because unless thou wert hard favored, for honesty coupled to beauty is to have honey, a sauce to sugar.
A material fool.
Well, I'm not there. Therefore, I pray the gods make me honest.
Truly, and to cast away honesty upon a foul slut, or to put good meat in an unclean dish.
I am not a slut! Though, I thank the gods I am foul.
Well, praise be thy gods for thy foulness. Sluttishness may come hereafter. Be it as it may, I will marry thee. Sir Oliver Martex, the vicar of the next village, who hath promised to meet me in this place of the forest and couple us.
Oh, I would fain see this meeting.
Well, the gods give us joy!
Amen. A man may, if he was fearful of heart, stagger in this attempt. For here we have no temple but the woods, no assembly but horned beast. But what though? Courage. And horns are odious, they are necessary.
Will you be married, Montley?
As the ox hath his bow, sir, the horse his curve, and the falcon her bells, and man hath his desires, and as pigeon's bill, so wedlock be nibbling.
And will you, being a man of your breeding, be married under a bush like a beggar? No, get you to church and have a good priest that can tell you what marriage is. Go thou with me, and let me counsel thee.
Come, sweet Audrey, we must be married, or we must live in Audrey.
Throughout the semester, it's been common for multiple actors to perform the same monologue. We've loved seeing the distinct choices that each actor brings to the material. We'll get a glimpse of this now as 3 actors take on the same dynamic monologue. Still in the Forest of Arden, Rosalind, disguised as Ganymede, encounters Silvius, the young shepherd, and Phoebe, a disdainful shepherdess with whom he is in love. Rosalind, enjoying taking on the social privileges of a young man, rebukes Phoebe for her scornful attitude.
Who might be your mother, that you insult, exalt, and all at once over the wretched? What though you have no beauty, as, by my faith, I see no more in you than without candle may go dark to bed. Must you be therefore proud and pitiless? Why? What means this? Why do you look on me? Odds my little life, I think she means to tangle my eyes too. No, faith, proud mistress, hope not after it. 'Tis not your inky brow, your black silk hair, your bugle eyeballs, nor your cheek cream that can entame my spirits, your worship. You foolish shepherd, wherefore do you follow her? Like foggy south, puffing with wind and rain, you are 1,000 times a properer man than she a woman. 'Tis such fools as you that make the world full of ill-favored children. 'Tis not her glass, but you that flatters her, and out of you she sees herself more proper than any of her lineaments can show her. But, mistress, know yourself. Down on your knees, and thank heaven fasting for a good man's love. For I must tell you, friendly in your ear, so when you can, you are not for all markets. Cry the man love him, take his offer. Foul is most foul, being foul to be a scoffer. So take her to thee, shepherd. Fare you well.
Who might be your mother, that you insult, exalt, and all at once over the wretched? What though you have no beauty, as by my faith I see no more in you than without candle may go dark to bed. Must you therefore be so proud and pitiless? Why, what means this? Why do you look on me? Odds my little life, I think she means to tangle my eyes too. No, faith, proud mistress, think not after it. 'Tis not your inky brows, your black silk hair, your bugle eyeballs, nor your cheek of cream that can entame my spirits to your worship. You foolish shepherd, wherefore do you follow her, like foggy south puffing with wind and rain? You are 1,000 times a properer man than she a woman. 'Tis such fools as you that make the world full of ill-favored children. 'Tis not her glass, but you that flatters her, and out of you she sees herself more proper than any of her lineaments can show her. But Mistress, know yourself. Down on your knees and thank heaven, fasting for a good man's love. For I must tell you, friendly in your ear, sell when you can. You are not for all markets. Cry the man mercy, love him, take his offer. Foul is most foul, being foul to be a scoffer. So, take her to thee, shepherd. Fare you well. Woo!
Who might be your mother, that you insult, exalt, and all at once over the wretched? What though you have no beauty, as by my faith I see no more in you than without candle may go dark to bed. Must you be therefore proud and pitiless? Why, what means this? Why do you look on me? I see no more in you than in the ordinary of nature's sail work. Ah, to my little life, I think she means to tangle my eyes too. No, faith, proud mistress, hope not after it. 'Tis not your inky brows, your black silk hair, your bugle eyeballs, nor your cheek of cream that can entame my spirits to your worship. You, foolish shepherd, wherefore do you follow her, like foggy south puffing with wind and rain? You are 1,000 times a proper man than she a woman. 'Tis such fools as you that make the world full of ill-favored children. 'Tis not her glass, but you that flatters her, and out of you she sees herself more proper than any of her lineaments can show her. But, mistress, know yourself down on your knees and thank heaven fasting for a good man's love, for I must tell you friendly in your ear, sell when you can, you're not for all markets. Cry the man mercy, love him, take his offer. Foul is most foul, being foul to be a scoffer. So take her to thee, shepherd, fare you well.
Phoebe, the shepherdess, being scolded by the disguised Rosalind, finds herself having strong feelings after the encounter. She tries to convince both Sylvius and herself that she doesn't love the sharp-tongued Ganymede.
Think not I love him, though I ask him. 'Tis but a peevish boy, though he talks well. But what care I for words? Yet words do well when he that speaks them pleases those that hear. It is a pretty youth, not very pretty, but sure, he's proud. And yet his pride becomes him. He'll make a proper man. The best thing in him is his complexion, and faster than his tongue did make offense, his eye did heal it up. He's not very tall, yet for his years he's tall. His leg is but so-so, and yet 'tis well. There is a pretty redness in his lip, a little riper, more lusty red than that mixed in his cheek. So it's just the difference betwixt the constant red and the mingled damask. There be some women, Sylvius, having marked him in parcels as I did, would have drawn near to fall in love with him. But for my part, I neither love him not, nor hate him not. And yet have more reason to hate him than to love him. For what had he to do to chide at me? He said mine eyes were black and my hair black. And, I remembered now, scorned at me. I marveled why I answered not again. But that's all one. Omittance is no quittance. I will write to him a very taunting letter, and thou shalt bear it. Wilt thou, Sylvius?
Yeah.
Near the end of the play, Touchstone, the clownish fool, steps forward before Duke Senior and the newly restored court to demonstrate his credentials as a man of refinement. In showing off, Touchstone ends up exposing the absurdity of courtly rituals.
I have trod a measure, I have flattered a lady, I have cleaned spills off the stage, I have been politic with my friend, smooth with mine enemy, I have undone 3 tailors, I have had 4 quarrels, and like to have fought 1. Faith, we met, and found the quarrel was upon the 7th cause. As thus, sir, I did dislike the cut of a certain courtier's beard, He sent me word if I said his beard was not cut well, he was in the mind that it was. This is called the retort courteous. If I sent him word again it was not well cut, he sent me word he cut it to please himself. This is called the quip modest. If again it was not well cut, he disabled my judgment. This is called the reply churlish. If again it was not well cut, he would answer, I spake not true. This is called the reproof valiant. If again it was not well cut, he would say I lied. This is called the countercheck quarrelsome, and so to the lie circumstantial and the lie direct. I durst go no further than the lie circumstantial, nor he durst not give me the lie direct, and so we measured swords and parted. I will name you the degrees. The first, the retort courteous. The second, the quip modest. The third, the reply churlish. The fourth, the reproof valiant. The fifth, the countercheck quarrelsome. The sixth, the lie with circumstances. The seventh, the lie direct. All these you may avoid with the lie direct, and you may avoid that too with an if. I knew when 7 justices could not take up a quarrel, but when the parties were met themselves, one of them thought but of an if as, if you said so, then I said so, and so they shook hands and swore brothers. Your if is the only peacemaker, much virtue in if. Yeah.
The next play we studied was King Lear. King Lear follows an aging monarch who decides to divide his kingdom among his 3 daughters based on how eloquently they profess their love for him. When his youngest, Cordelia, refuses to flatter him, Lear banishes her and sets in motion a collapse of family, loyalty, and political order.
The jewels of our father. With washed eyes, Cordelia leaves you. I know you, what you are. And like a sister, am most loath to call your faults as they are named. Love well our father. To your professed bosoms I commit him. Yet, alas, stood I within his grace. I would prefer him to a better place. So, farewell to you both.
Prescribe not us our duty.
Let your study be to content your lord, who hath received you at fortune's alms. You have obedience scanted, and well are worth the want that you have wanted. Time shall unfold what plighted cunning hides, who covers faults at last with shame derides. Well may you prosper. Sister, it is not little I have to say, but of what most nearly appertains to spoke. I think our father will hence tonight.
That's most certain, and with you next month with us.
You see how full of changes his age is. The observation we have made of it has not been little. He always loved our sister most, and with what poor judgment he hath now cast her off appears too grossly.
'Tis the infirmity of his age, yet he hath ever but slenderly known himself.
The best and soundest of his time, he hath been but rash. Then we must look from his age to receive not alone the imperfections of long and graft condition, but therewithal the unruly waywardness that infirm and choleric years bring with him.
Such unconstant starts are we like to have from him as this of Kent's banishment.
There is further compliment of leave-taking between France and him. Pray you, let us sit together. If our father carry authority with such disposition as he bears, this last surrender of his will but offend us.
We shall further think of it.
We must do something, and in the heat.
In the subplot of King Lear, Edmund, the illegitimate son of the Duke of Gloucester, reveals his scheming nature. Although charismatic, he is a force for evil in the play and, for Shakespeare's audiences, would have been recognized as a Machiavellian villain. Here, Edmund confronts the stigma of his illegitimacy and reveals the drive and resentment that will shape his actions throughout the play.
Thou, nature, art my goddess. To thy law my services are bound. Wherefore should I stand in the plague of customs and permit the curiosity of nations to deprive me, for that I am some 12 or 14 moonshine's leg of a brother? Why, bastard? Wherefore base, when my dimensions are as well compact, my mind as generous, and my shape as true, as honest man's issue, why brand they us with base? Baseness, bastardry, base. He who in the lusty stealth of nature take more composition and fierce quality than doth within a stale, dull, tired bed, go to creating a whole tribe of fops got tween asleep and wake. Well, legitimate Edgar, I must have your land. Our father's love is to the bastard Edmund as to the legitimate. Fine word, legitimate. Well, my legitimate, if this letter speed and my invention thrive, Edmund the base should top the legitimate. I grow. I prosper. Now, gods, stand up for bastards.
Meanwhile, Lear, having given up his kingdom, has chosen to stay with Goneril, along with a large group of knights. He has not yet realized how powerless he has become in the aftermath of his catastrophic error. In the following 2 monologues, which reveal Goneril's ambition and ruthlessness, she makes it clear who is really in charge.
Did my father strike my gentleman for chiding of his fool? By day and night he wrongs me. Every hour flashes into one gross crime or other that sets us all at odds. I'll not endure it. His nights grow riotous, and himself upbraids us on every trifle. When he returns from hunting, I shall not speak with him. Say I am sick. And if you fall slack of former services, the fault of it you shall do well. The fault of it I'll answer. Put on what weary negligence you please, you and your fellows. And if he distaste it, let him to my sister, whose mind and mine I know, in that are one. And let his knights have colder looks among you. What comes of it, no matter. Advise your fellows so. I'll write straight to my sister to prepare my course. Prepare for dinner.
Yeah.
I would you would make use of your good wisdom, whereof I know you are full, and put aside these dispositions which of late transport you from what you rightly are. This admiration, sir, is much the savor of other your newfound pranks. I do beseech you to understand my purposes aright, as you are old and reverend, should be wise. Here do you keep 100 knights and squires, men so disordered, so debauched and bold, that this, our court, infected with their manners, shows that of a riotous inn. Epicurism and lust makes it more of a tavern or a brothel than a graced palace. The shape itself doth speak for instant remedy. Be then desired by her that else will take the things she begs, a little to disquantity your train, and the remainder, such shall still depend, to be men as may besort your age, who know themselves, and you. You strike my people, and your disordered rabble make servants of their betters.
One of Lear's loyal supporters, the noble Kent, dimly sees how power has shifted. Kent is furious with Oswald for the negligent and disrespectful way he treated the king. When they meet again by chance, Oswald is taken by surprise. In our class, we perform this as an ensemble.
Fellow, I know thee.
A knave, a rascal, an eater of broken meats.
A base,
proud, shallow, beggarly, three-suited, 100-pound, filthy, worsted, stocking knave.
A lily-livered, action-taking whore, son, glass-gazing, super-serviceable, finical rogue.
One trunk inheriting slave, one that would be a bawd in way of good service.
And art nothing but the composition of a knave, beggar, coward, pander, and the son and heir of a mongrel bitch.
And the son and heir of a mongrel bitch.
One whom I will beat into clamorous whining if thou deniest the least syllable of thy addition.
What a brazen-faced varlet art thou to deny thou knowest me?
Is it 2 days since I tripped up thy heels and beat thee before the king?
Draw! Draw, you rogue, for though it be night, yet the moon shines!
I'll make a sup of the moonshine of you, you whoreson, cullionly barbermonger.
Draw!
Draw, you rascal!
You come with letters against the king, and take Vanity the puppet's part against the royalty of her father.
Draw!
You rogue, or sorrel carbonado, you're Shakes.
Draw! You rascal, come your ways.
Strike! You slave!
Stand!
Rogue.
Stand!
You neat slave!
Strike!
This next scene opens with Lear's growing awareness of how much his authority has diminished. He discovers his servant Caius in the stocks. The audience knows this to be Kent in disguise. We also see Goneril and Regan defiantly building an alliance against him, their unified opposition marking the clear signs of his daughter's betrayal.
Who stalked my servant? Regan, I have good hope thou didst not know it. Who comes here? Oh heavens, if you do love old men, if your sweet sway allow obedience, if you yourselves are old, make it your cause. I'm not ashamed to look upon this beard. Regan, will you take her by the hand?
Why not by the hand, sir? How have I offended?
Besides, you are too tough. Oh, you yet hold! How come my man in the stocks?
I set him there, sir, but his own disorders deserve much less advancement.
You? Did you?
I pray you, father, being weak seems so, if till the expiration of your month you will return and sojourn with my sister, dismissing half your train, come then to me.
Return to her! And 50 men dismissed? Rather I abjure all roofs and choose to wage against the enmity of the air, to be a comrade with the wolf and owl, necessity's sharp pinch. Return to her?
At your choice, sir.
I prithee, daughter, do not make me mad. I will not trouble thee, my child. Farewell. We'll no more meet, no more see one another, but yet thou art my flesh, my blood, my daughter, or rather, a disease that's in my flesh. Thou art which I must needs call mine. Thou art a boil, a plague sore, or embossed carbuncle in my corrupted blood. But I'll not chide thee. Let shame come when it will. I can be patient. I can stay with Regan, I and my 100 knights.
Not altogether so. I look not for you yet, nor am provided for your fit welcome. Give ear, sir, to my sister, for those that mingle reason with your passion must be content to think you old, and so, but she knows what she does.
Is this well spoken?
I dare avouch it, sir. What, 50 followers? Is it not well? What should you need of more?
Why might not you, my lord, receive attendance from those that she calls servants, or from mine?
Why not, my lord? If then they chance to slack you, we could control them. If you will come to me, for now I spy a danger, I entreat you to bring but 5 and 20. To no more will I give place or notice.
I gave you all.
And in good time you gave it.
Me to my guardians, mine the depositories, but kept a reservation to be followed with such a number. What must needs I come to you with 5 and 20? Regan, say it so!
And speak again, my lord. No more with me.
These wicked creatures yet do look well favored when others are more wicked. Now being the worst stands in some rank of praise, I'll go with thee. Thy 50 doth yet double 5 and 20, and thou art twice a luck.
Hear me, my lord. What need you 5 and 20, 10 or 5?
To follow in a house where twice so many have a command to tend to you.
What need one?
Reason not to need! Our places beggars are the poorest things superfluous! Given out nature, what nature needs, man's life is cheap as beasts!
In Act 3, we see King Lear at the height of his suffering, caught in a storm both outside and within. In these monologues, he grapples with betrayal, power, and human fragility. Stripped of comforts and authority, Lear's words give voice to his mounting despair, his growing insight, and his raw, unfiltered confrontation with the chaos around him.
Blow, you winds, and crack your cheeks. Rage, blow, you cataracts and hurricane nose. Spout till you have drenched our steeples, drowned the cocks. You sulphurous and thought-executing fires, vaunt couriers of oak-cleaving thunderbolts, singe my white head, and thou, all shaking thunder, strike flat the thick rotundity of the world, crack nature's molds, all germains, spill at once that makes ingrateful man. Rumble thy belly full, spit fire, spout rain, nor rain, wind, thunder, fire are my daughters. I tax not you, you elements, with unkindness. I never called you children, gave you kingdom. You owe me no subscription. Then let fall your horrible pleasure. Here I stand, your slave, a poor, infirm, weak, and despised old man. But yet I call you servile ministers that will, with the two pernicious daughters, join your high engendered battles gainst a head so old and white as this. Oh, 'tis foul.
Thou thinkst as much that this contentious storm invades us to the skin, so 'tis to thee. But where the greater malady is fixed, the lesser is scarce felt. Thou'lt shun a bear, but if thy flight lay toward the roaring sea, thou'lt meet the bear in the mouth. When the mind's free, the body's delicate. The tempest in my mind doth from my senses take all feeling else, save what beats their filial ingratitude. Is it not as this mouth should tear this hand for lifting food to it? But I will punish home. No, I will weep no more. In such a night to shut me out, pour on. I will endure. In such a night as this. Oh, Regan, Goneril, your old kind father, whose frank heart gave all. Oh, that way madness lies. Let me shun that. No more of that. Oh, naked wretches, wheresoe'er you are, that bide the pelting of this pitiless storm, how shall your houseless heads and unfed sides, your locked and windowed wagons, defend you from seasons such as these?
have tamed too little care of this. Take, physic, pump, expose thyself to feel what wretches feel, that thou mayest shake the superflux to them and show the heavens more just.
Yeah.
There is some trouble in paradise between Goneril and her husband, the Duke of Albany. Namely, that Goneril has fallen in love with Edmund and hates what she perceives as Albany's cowardice. But as Albany confronts Goneril about the consequences of her actions, they also receive news of the kingdom's intensifying political turmoil.
My most dear Gloucester, oh, the difference between man and man. To thee, O women's services are due. My fool usurps my body. I have been worth the whistle.
You are not worth the dust which the rude wind blows in your face.
Milk-livered man, that bear'st a cheek for blows, a head for wrongs, who hast not in thy brows an eye discerning thine honor from thy suffering.
See thyself, devil. Proper deformity shows not in the fiend so horrid as in the woman.
Oh, vain fool!
What news?
Oh, my good lord, the Duke of Cornwall is dead, slain by his servant going to put out the other eye of Gloucester.
Gloucester's eyes.
A servant that he bred, thrilled with remorse, opposed against the act, bending his sword to his great master, who, thereat enraged, flew on him, and amongst them felled him dead, but not without that harmful stroke which since hath plucked him after.
Oh, poor Gloucester. Lost he his other eye?
Both, my lord. This letter, madam, craves speedy answer. 'Tis from your sister.
One way I like this well, but being widow and my Gloucester with her, may all the building in my fancy pluck upon my hateful life. Another way this news is not so tart. I'll read and answer.
Where were his sons when they did take his eyes?
Come with my lady.
He is not here.
No, my good lord, I met him back again.
Knows he the wickedness?
Aye, my good lord, 'twas he informed against him and quit the house on purpose, that their punishment might have the freer course.
Gloucester, I live to thank thee for the love thou showest the king, and to avenge thine eyes. Come hither, friend. Tell me what more thou knowest.
Both Goneril and Regan make a play for Edmund, attracted to his charismatic energy, but also seeing a strategic opportunity. Rivals now with each other, suspicions begin to build. As the sisters compete for both influence and desire, Regan's words reveal emerging fractures within the royal family.
Why should she write to Edmund? Might not you transport her purposes by word? But like some things I know not what. I'll love thee much, let me unseal the letter. I know your lady does not love her husband, I am sure of that. And at her late being here, she gave strange oyads and most speaking looks to noble Edmund. I know you are of her bosom. I speak in understanding, you are, I note. Therefore I do advise you take this note. My lord is dead. Edmund and I have talked, and more convenient is he for my hand than for your lady's. You may gather more. If you do find him, pray you give him this. And when your mistress hears thus much from you, I pray desire her call her wisdom to her. So fare you well. And if you do chance to hear of that blind traitor, preferment falls on him that cuts him off.
Cordelia finally finds Lear in Act 4, weakened and changed by grief and madness. Their reunion is a moment of fragile hope and emotional intensity, offering the performers a chance to explore vulnerability, compassion, and reconciliation. Alex, who you just saw playing one of the evil sisters, returns in this scene to play the good sister, Cordelia.
O thou good Kent, how shall I live and work to match thy goodness? My life will be too short, and every measure fail me.
To be acknowledged, madam, as or paid, or my reports go with the modest truth, nor more, nor clip, but still.
Be better suited. These weeds are memories of those worser hours. I prithee put them off.
Pardon, dear madam. Yet to be known short is my maid intent. My moon, I make it that you know me not till time and night.
Then be it so, my good lord. How does the king?
Madam, sleep still.
O you kind gods, cure this great breach in his abused nature, the untuned and jarring senses, a wind-up of this child-changed father.
So please your majesty that we may wake the king, he hath slept long.
Be governed by your knowledge, and proceed in the sway of your own will. Is he arrayed?
Aye, madam. In the heaviness of sleep, we put fresh garments on him. Please you draw near.
O my dear father, restoration, hang thy medicine on my lips, and let this kiss repair those violent harms that my two sisters have in thy reverence made.
Kind and dear princess.
Had you not been their father, these white flakes did challenge pity of them. Was this a face to be opposed against the warring winds? To stand against the deep, dread-bolted thunder in the most terrible and nimble stroke of quick cross lightning? Mine enemy's dog, though he had bit me, should have stood that night against my fire. He wakes. Speak to him.
Madam, do you, 'tis fittest.
How does my royal lord? How fares your majesty?
You do me wrong to take me out of the grave. Thou art a soul in bliss, but I am bound by a wheel of fire, that mine own tears do scald like molten lead.
Sir, do you know me?
You are a spirit. I know. Where did you die?
Still far wide.
He's scarce awake. Let him alone a while.
Where have I been? Where am I? Fair daylight? I am mightily abused. I should even die with pity to see another thus.
Oh, look upon me, sir, and hold your hand in benediction o'er mine. No, sir, you must not kneel.
Pray, do not mock. I am a very foolish, fond old man, 80 and upward, not an hour more nor less. And to deal plainly, I fear not I am in not perfect mind. Methinks I should know you, and this man. Yet I am doubtful, for I am mainly ignorant what this place is. And all the skill I have remembers not these garments, nor know not where I did lodge last night. Do not laugh at me, for as I am a man, I think this lady to be my child Cordelia.
And so I am.
You must bear with me. Pray you now forget and forgive. I am old and foolish.
We move on to Henry IV, Part 1. In this play, King Henry is in despair because his son, Prince Harry, who goes by the name Hal, lives a dissolute life, hanging out in taverns with London's lowlifes. Marissa, who you just saw as Lear, will now be portraying Hal. Notable among Hal's companions is Sir John Falstaff, who is disreputable, drunk, and corrupt, but yet amusing and life-affirming. In the following scene from Act 1, Hal and Falstaff awaken in a tavern after a raucous night out and banter about their deeds and Hal's future as prince.
Oh! Now, Hal, what time of day is it, lad?
Thou art so fat-witted with drinking of old sack and unbuttoning thee after supper, that thou hast forgotten to demand that which thou wouldst truly know. What a devil hast thou to do with the time of day, unless hours were cups of sack, and clocks the tongues of bawds, and dials the signs of leaping houses, and the blessed sun himself a fair hot wench in flame-colored taffeta. I see no reason why thou shouldst be so superfluous to demand the time of day.
Indeed. You come near me now, Hal. For we that take purses go by the moon and the 7 stars, and not by Phoebus, he that wandering night so fair. And I pray thee, sweet wag, when thou art king, as God save thy grace, or majesty, I should say, for grace thou wilt have none.
What none?
No, by my troth, not so much as will serve to be prologue to an egg and butter.
Well, how then? Come roundly. Roundly.
Marry then, sweet wag, when thou art king, Let not us that are squires of the night's body be called thieves of the day's beauty. Let us be Diana's foresters, gentlemen of the shade, minions of the moon, and let men say we be men of good government. But I prithee, sweet wag, shall there be a gallows standing in England when thou art king? Do not thou, when thou art king, hang a thief.
No, thou shalt.
Oh, shall I? Oh, real? Oh, by the Lord, I'll be a brave judge.
Thou judgest false already. I mean, thou shalt have the hanging of the thieves, and so become a rare headman.
Well, I can tell you, thou art indeed the rascalious, sweet young prince. Yeah.
Hal knows what everyone must think of him and his deplorable actions. However, in the following monologue, he reveals some of the cunning, ulterior motives behind this behavior.
I know you all, and will a while uphold the unyoked humor of your idols. Yet herein will I imitate the sun, who doth permit the base, contagious clouds to smother up his beauty from the world, and when he please again to be himself, being wanted, he may be more wondered at, by breaking through the foul and ugly mists and vapors that did seem to strike him. For all the year we're playing holidays, to sport would be as tedious as to work, but when they seldom come, they wished for come, and nothing pleaseth but rare accidents. So when this loose behavior I throw off, and pay the debt I never promise it, by how much better than my word I am, by so much shall I falsify men's hopes, and like bright metal on the sullen ground, my reformation, glittering where my fall, shall show more goodly and attract more eyes than that which hath no foil to set it off. I'll so offend to make offense a skill, redeeming time, when men think least, I will.
The play gives us another Harry, a leader of a faction in opposition to the king. Henry Percy, called Hotspur, represents medieval ideas of heroism and bravery. Aware of trouble brewing, Lady Kate Percy, Hotspur's wife, confronts him.
Oh, my good lord, why are you thus alone? For what offense have I this fortnight been a banished woman from my Harry's bed? Tell me, sweet lord, what is that takes from thee thy stomach, pleasure, and thy golden sleep? Why dost thou bend thine eyes upon the earth and start so often when thou sitt'st alone? Why hast thou given my treasures and my rights of thee to thick-eyed musing and cursed melancholy? In thy faint slumbers I by thee have watched, and heard thee murmur tales of iron wars, speak terms of manage to thy bounding steed, cry courage to the field, and thou hast talked of sallies and retires, of trenches, tents, of palisadoes, frontiers, parapets, of basilisks, of cannon, culverin, of prisoners' ransom, and soldiers slain, and all the current of a heady fight. Thy spirit within thee hath been so at war, and hath so bestirred thee in thy sleep, that beads of sweat have stood upon thy brow like bubbles in a late disturbed stream. And in thy face, strange motions have appeared, such as we see when men restrain their breath on great sudden haste. Oh, what portents are these? Some heavy business hath my lord in hand, and I must know it. Else, he loves me not.
Whoa! Is getting to the packet gone? What about my horse? That roan shall be my throne. Well, I will back him straight. Oh, Esperance! Bid Butler bring him forth to the park.
But hear you, my lord.
What sayest thou, my lady?
What is it carries you away?
Why, my horse, my love, my horse!
Out, you mad-headed ape! A weasel hath not such a deal of spleen as you are tossed with. In faith, I'll know your business, Harry. That I will. I fear my brother Mortimer doth stir about his title and hath sent for you to line his enterprise. But if you go...
So far foot I shall be weary, love.
Come, Keto, answer me directly onto this question that I asked. In faith, I'll break thy little finger, Harry, and if thou wilt not tell me all things true.
Away, you trifler! Love, I love thee not. I care not for thee, Kate. This is no world to play with mammoths and to tilt with lips. Oh, we must have bloody noses and cracked crowns and pass them current to my horse! What sayest thou, Kate? What wouldst thou have with me?
Do you not love me? Do you not indeed? Well, do not then. For since you love me not, I will not love myself. Do you not love me? Nay, tell me if you speak in jest or not.
Come, Kate, wilt thou see me ride? And when I'm on horseback, I will swear I love thee infinitely. But hark you, Kate, I must not have you henceforth question me. Whither I go, no reason whereabout. Whither I must. And to conclude, this evening must I leave you, gentle Kate. I know you are wise, but yet no further wise than Harry Percy's wife. Constant you are, but yet a woman. And for secrecy, no lady closer. For I well believe thou wilt not utter what thou dost not know. So far will I trust thee, gentle Kate.
How? So far?
Not an inch further. But hark you, Kate. Whither I go, shall you go too. Tomorrow will I set forth. But today I will set forth. Tomorrow you. Will this content you, Kate?
It must, of force.
In the following scene, King Henry IV has summoned the wayward Hal to the court. King Henry seeks to teach Prince Hal the art of ruling and the importance of shaping a public persona.
God pardon thee. Yet let me wonder, Harry, at thy affections, which have taken a wing quite from the flight of all thy ancestors. Thy place in council thou hast rudely lost, which by thy younger brother is supplied, and art almost an alien to the hearts of all the court and princes of my blood. The hope and expectation of thy time is lost, and the souls of men prophetically do forethink thy fall. Had I so lavish of my presence been, so common hackneyed in the eyes of men, so stale and cheap to vulgar company, that opinion which hath helped me to the crown would have been lost, and left me a fellow in reputeless banishment, of no mark nor renown. By being seldom seen, I could not stir, but like a comet, I was wondered at, and men would tell their children, this is he. And others would say, where is Bolingbroke? Then I stole all courtesy from heaven, and dressed myself in such humility that I did pluck allegiance from the hearts of men.
Yeah.
On the battlefield and waiting for reinforcements, Hotspur and his allies get unwelcome news, revealing cracks in their plans and heightening the sense of suspense.
What letters hast thou there?
These letters come from your father.
Letters from him? Why comes he not himself?
He cannot come, my lord. He is grievously sick.
Zounds! How has he the leisure to be sick in such a justling time? Who leads his power? Under whose government come they along?
His letters bear his mind, not I, my lord.
I prithee tell me, doth he keep his bed?
He did, my lord, 4 days ere I set forth, and at the time of my departure hence, he was much feared by his physician.
Sick? Now? Droop? Now? This sickness doth infect the very lifeblood of our enterprise. Yet doth he give us bold advertisement that with our small conjunction we should on to see how fortune is disposed to us. For as he writes, there is no quailing now, because the king is certainly possessed of all of our purposes. What say you to it?
Your father's sickness is a maim to us.
A perilous gash, a very limb chopped off. And yet, in faith 'tis not. His present want seems more than we shall find it. Were it good to set the exact wealth of all of our estates at one cast?
It will be thought by some that know not why he is away, that wisdom, loyalty, and mere dislike of our proceedings kept the earl from hence. This absence of your father's draws a curtain that shows the ignorant, a kind of feared before not dreamt of.
Oh, you strain too far. I'd rather his absence make this use. It lends a luster and more great opinion, a larger dare to our great enterprise than if the earl were here. For men must think if we without his help can make a head to push against a kingdom, with his help, we shall overturn it topsy-turvy down.
Later in the play, an emissary from the king tells Hotspur that the king will offer to pardon the rebels, and Hotspur, as usual, is triggered.
The king is kind, and well we know the king knows that what's time to promise, when to pay. My father and my uncle and myself, they gave him that same loyalty he wears. And when he was the 26 strong, sick in the world's regard, wretched and low, a poor-minded outlaw sinking home, my father gave him welcome to the shore. And when he heard him swear and vow to God, he came there to be Duke of Lancaster, to seal his livery and beg his peace with tears of innocency and tears of zeal. My father, in kind heart and pity moved, swore him assistance and performed too. Now, when the lords and barons of the realm perceived Northumberland dead linked to him, the more or less came in with cap and knee, met him in cities, villages, barouches, attended him bridges, stood in lanes, gave him there. What are our servants doing? Lies! Lies! What are our servants doing? Lies!
Laid gifts.
Louder!
Laid gifts for him.
Laid gifts before him. Proffered him their own. Gave him their earth as pages. Followed him even at the heels in golden multitudes.
In the final act of the play, the final battle between the two sides, the rebels and the king, commences. The two rival Harrys, Hal and Hotspur, at long last, come face to face. Falstaff, too, is in the battle, doing his best to avoid any life-threatening situations.
If I mistake me not, thou art Harry Mumma.
Thou speakest as if I would deny my name.
My name is Harry Percy.
Why, then I see a very valiant rebel of the name. I am the Prince of Wales, and think not, Percy, to share with me in glory any more. 2 stars keep not their motion in one sphere, nor can one England brook a double reign of Harry Percy and the Prince of Wales.
No, sure, Harry, for the hour is come to end the one of us. And would to God thy name and ours were now as great as mine.
I'll make it greater ere I part from thee. And all the budding honors on thy crest, I'll crop to make a garland for my head.
I can no longer brook thy vanities.
Well said, Hal! To it, Hal! Nay, you shall find no boys' play here, I can tell you.
Oh, Harry, thou hast robbed me of my youth. I better break the laws of brittle life. Then those proud titles thou hast won of me. They would my thoughts worse than thy third, my flesh. But thoughts, the slaves of life, and lifetime's war, no mercy. Thou art dust and food for
Worms, brave Percy. Farewell, great heart. Ill-weaved ambition, how much art thou shrunk? When that this body did contain a spirit, a kingdom for it was too small a bound. But now, 2 paces of the vilest earth are room enough. This earth that bears thee dead, bears not alive so stout a gentleman. If thou wert sensible of courtesy, I should not make so dear a show of zeal, but let my favors hide thy mangled face. And even in thy behalf, I'll thank myself for doing these fair rites of tenderness. Adieu, and take thy praise with thee to heaven. Thy ignominy sleep with thee in the grave, but not remembered in thy epitaph. What? Oh, old acquaintance? Oh, could not all this flesh hold in a little life? Oh, poor Jack. Yeah, well, I could have better spared a better man. Oh, I should have a heavy miss of thee, if I were much in love with vanity. Death have not struck so fat a deer today, though many dearer in this bloody fray. Embowelled I will see thee by and by, till then in blood by noble Percy lie.
Embowelled! If thou embowel me today, I'll give you leave to powder me and eat me too tomorrow. But 'twas time to counterfeit. Counterfeit? I lied. I am no counterfeit. To die is to be a counterfeit. For he is but the counterfeit of a man who hath not the life of a man. But to counterfeit dying when a man thereby liveth is to be no counterfeit, but the true and perfect image of life indeed. Zoons! I'm afraid of this gunpowder Percy. Though he be dead, how if he should counterfeit too, and rise? By my faith, I'm afraid he would prove the better counterfeit. Therefore, I'll make him sure, and I'll swear I killed him. Why may not he rise as well as I? Nothing confutes me but eyes, and nobody sees me. Therefore, Sirrah. With a new wound in your thigh, you come along with me.
The final play we studied this semester, The Winter's Tale, is one of Shakespeare's late plays. These plays are characterized by a mingling of tragedy and comedy, a series of improbable events, and themes of loss and recovery. The Winter's Tale unfolds in scenes set 16 years apart. In the first part of the play, Leontes, king of Sicilia, has been hosting his dear friend Polixenes, king of Bohemia. Suddenly, Leontes becomes unreasonably jealous of Polixenes and Leontes' pregnant wife, Hermione, and isn't able to be an attentive father to his young son, Mamilius.
Gone already. Inch thick, knee deep, forehead and ears, a forked one. Go play, boy, play. Thy mother plays, and I play too, but so disgraced a part whose issue will hiss me to my grave. Go play, boy, play. There have been, or I am much deceived, cuckolds ere now, and many a man there is even now at this present, now, while I speak this, holds his wife by the arm and little thinks she has been sluiced in his absence. In his pond, fished by his next neighbor, by Sir Smile, his neighbor. Nay, there's comfort in't, whilst other men have gates, and those gates opened against their will as mine. Should all despair who have revolted, why, the tenth of mankind would hang themselves. Physic for it there's none. 'Tis a body planet that will strike where 'tis predominant, and 'tis powerful thinking from east, west, north, and south. Be it concluded, no barricado for a belly. No, it'll let in and out the enemy, bag and baggage. Many thousand ons have this disease and feel it not. How now, boy?
Leontes, consumed by suspicion and jealousy, attempts to manipulate Camillo into betraying Polixenes. The scene exposes both the king's escalating obsession and Camillo's near struggle between duty and conscience.
What? Camillo there? Camillo, this grace sir will yet stay longer.
Oh, you had much ado to make his anger hold. When you cast it out, it still came home.
This now then?
He would not stay at your petitions, made his business more material.
This perceive it? How came Camillo that he this day?
At the good queen's entreaty.
At the queen's beck? Good should be pertinent. But so it is not. Was this taken by any understanding paper thine?
I think most understand. Bohemia stays here longer.
Huh?
Stays here longer.
Hey, but what?
To satisfy your highness and the entreaties of our most gracious mistress.
Satisfied? The entreaties of your mistress? Satisfied? That will suffice. I have trusted thee, Camillo, with all the near things to my heart, as well my chamber councils wherein priest-like thou hast cleansed my bosom. But we have been deceived in thy integrity, deceived in that which seems so.
Oh, be it forbid, my lord.
To bite upon, thou art not honest. Or, if thou inclinest that way, thou art a coward. Which hoxest honesty behind, restraining from courses required, or else thou must be counted a servant grafted in my serious trust, and therein negligent, or else a fool.
Oh, my gracious lord. I may be negligent, foolish, and fearful. In every one of these, no man is free. In your affairs, my lord, if ever I were willful negligent, it was my folly. But beseech your grace, be plainer with me. Let me know my trespass by its own visage. If I then deny it, 'tis none of mine.
Have not you seen Camillo, my wife is slippery? And thou wilt confess, or else be impudently to have nor eyes, nor ears, nor thought. Say my wife's a hobby horse. Say it just right.
Oh, I would not be as stand by to hear my sovereign mistress clouded so without my present vengeance taken. Shrew my heart! You never spoke what did become you less than this.
As whispering nothing, as leaning cheek to cheek, as meeting noses, kissing with inside lip, is this nothing? What? Then the world and all that's in is nothing. The covering sky is nothing. Bohemia nothing. My wife is nothing, nor nothing have these nothings, and this be nothing.
Good my lord, be cured of this diseased opinion, and betimes, for 'tis most dangerous.
In this scene, Paulina, Hermione's steadfast advocate, pleads with Leontes to release his imprisoned wife by showing him their newborn daughter. Despite her passionate appeal, Leontes remains unmoved.
You must not enter. Nay, rather, good my lords, be second to me. Fear you his tyrannous passion more, alas, than the queen's life?
That's enough.
Madam, he hath not slept tonight, commanded none should come at him. Not so hot, good sir. I come to bring him sleep.
What noise there?
No noise, my lord, but needful conference about some gossips for your highness.
What? How? Away with that audacious lady! Antigonus, I charge thee that you shall not come about me. I knew she would.
I told her so, my lord, on your displeasure's peril and on mine. She should not visit you.
What? Canst not rule her?
From all dishonesty, he can. In this, unless he take the course that you have done, commit me for committing honor, trust it, he shall not rule me.
You hear? When she will take the rein, I let her run, but she'll not stumble.
Good, my liege. I come from your good queen.
Good queen?
Good queen, my lord. Good queen. I say good queen, and would combat by make her good, if so I were a man, the worst about you.
Force her hence!
Let him that makes but trifles of his eyes fortan me. On mine own accord I'll off, but first I'll do my errand. The good queen, for she is good, hath brought you forth a daughter. Here, 'tis commends it to your blessing.
Out! A mankind witch! Thou hence with her, out a door! A most intelligencing bard. Traitors, will you not push her out? Give her the bastard, thou daughter.
Forever unvenerable be thy hands, if thou takest up the princess, by that forced baseness which he has put upon it.
He dreads his wife.
So I would you did. Then 'twere past all doubt you'd call your children yours.
A nest of traitors. This brat is none of mine. It is the issue of Polixenes. Whence of it, and together with the dam, commit them to the fire.
It is yours. Behold, my lords, although the print be little, the whole matter and copy of the father.
A gross hag, and thou art worthy to be hanged. That will not stay her tongue.
Hang all the husbands that cannot do that deed. You'll leave yourself hardly one subject.
Once more, take her hence. I'll have thee burnt.
I care not. It is a heretic that makes the fire, not she which burns in it.
Leontes permits Antigonus to take the child. Meanwhile, Hermione must face a public trial and public humiliation. This proved to be many of our performers' favorite monologues of the semester. You'll hear it 4 times. As you get more familiar with Hermione's emotional appeal, note the 4 distinct interpretations.
Sir, spare your threats. The bug which you will fry me with, I seek. To me can life be no commodity. The crown and comfort of my life, your favor, I do give loss, for I do feel it gone. But know not how it went. My second joy and first fruits of my body, from his presence I am part, like one infectious. My third comfort, star most unluckily, is from my breath, the innocent milk with its most innocent mouth held out to murder. Myself on every post proclaim a strumpet with immodest hatred. The child that privilege which denied longs to woman of all fashion. Lastly, hurry here to this open place in the open air, before I have got strength of limit. Now, my liege, tell me what blessings I have here alive that I should fear to die. Therefore, proceed. But yet hear this, mistake me not. No life, I prize it not as straw, but for mine honor, which I would free. I would free. If I should become dead upon surmises, all prove sleeping else, but what your jealous is awake? I tell you, 'tis honor and not law, 'tis rigor and not law. Your honors are, I do refer me to the oracle. Apollo, be my judge.
Sir, spare your threats. The bug which you would fright me with, I seek. To me can life be no commodity. The crown and comfort of my life, your favor. I do give lost, for I do feel it gone, but know not how it went. My second joy and first fruits of my body, from his presence I am barred, like one infectious. My third comfort, starred most unluckily, is from my breast. The innocent milk in its most innocent mouth hailed out to murder. Myself on every post proclaimed a strumpet with immodest hatred, the childbed privilege which longs to women of all fashion denied. Lastly, hurried here to this place in the open air before I have got strength of limit. Now, my liege, tell me what blessings I have here alive that I should fear to die. Therefore proceed, but yet hear this. Mistake me not. No life, I prize it not a straw, but for mine honor, which I would free. If I am to be condemned upon surmises, all proof sleeping else, but what your jealousies awake, I tell you, 'tis rigor and not law. Your honors all, I do refer me to the oracle. Hollow be my judge.
Sir, spare your threats. The bug which you would fright me with, I seek. To me can life be no commodity. The crown and comfort of my life, your favor, I do give lost. For I do feel it gone, but know not how it went. My second joy and first fruits of my body, from his presence I am barred, like one infectious. My third comfort, starred most unluckily, is from my breast. The innocent milk in its most innocent mouth hailed out to murder. Myself on every post proclaimed a strumpet. With immodest hatred, the childbed privilege denied, which belongs to women of all fashion. Lastly, hurried here, to this place in the open air, before I have got strength of limit. Now, my liege, tell me what blessings I have here alive, that I should fear to die. Therefore proceed. But yet hear this. Mistake me not. No life, I prize it not a straw, but for mine honor, which I would free if I shall be condemned upon surmises. All proofs, sleeping else, but what your jealousies awake. I tell you, 'tis rigor and not law. Your honors all, I do refer me to the oracle. Apollo, be my judge.
One more time. Sir, spare your threats. The bug which you would frighten me with, I seek. To me can life be no commodity. The crown and comfort of my life, your favor, I do give lost. For I do feel it gone and know not how it went. My second joy and first fruits of my body, from his presence am I barred, like one infectious. My third comfort, starred most unluckily, is from my breast. The innocent milk in its most innocent mouth hailed out to murder. Myself, on every post, proclaimed a strumpet. With immodest hatred, the childbed privilege denied, which longs to women of all fashion. And lastly, hurried here, to this place, in the open air, before I have got strength of limit. Now, my liege, tell me, what blessings have I here alive that I should fear to die? Therefore proceed. But yet, hear this. Mistake me not. No life, I prize it not a straw, but for mine honor, which I would free. If I shall be condemned upon surmises, all proofs sleeping else what your jealousies awake. I tell you, 'tis rigor and not law. Your honors all, I do refer me to the oracle. Apollo be my judge.
Leontes remains unmoved even after the oracle of Apollo has pronounced that Hermione is chaste. Moments after disparaging the oracle, Leontes learns that his son, the darling Mamilius, has died. After a tragic and tense first half set in Sicilia, the Winter's Tale shifts dramatically to the pastoral world of Bohemia. This move to the countryside brings a change in tone, from courtly intrigue and violence to rustic life. In this scene, we encounter the shepherd and his clownish son. Here, a shepherdess and her daughter, whose simple lives and earthly humor create a contrast with the royal court of Sicily.
I would there were no age between 10 and 3 and 20, or that youth would sleep out the rest, for there is nothing in the between but getting wenches with child, rogging the ancientry, stealing, fighting. Hark you now. What have we here? Mercy arms! A bed! door work, some bad door work, I'll take it up for pity. Yet I'll tarry till my daughter come. She hallooed but even now. Whoa ho loa!
Eloa, Loa!
What art so near? If thou'lt see a thing to talk on when thou art dead and wrong, come hither. What ails thou, girl?
I have seen two such sights, by sea and by land. But I am not to say it is sea, for now it is the sky. Betwixt the firmament and it, you cannot thrust a bodkin's point.
Why, girl, how is it?
I would did you see how it chafes, how it rages, how it takes up the shore. But that's not the point. Oh, most piteous cry of poor souls. And then for the land service, to see how the bear tore out his shoulder bone, and how he cried to me for help and said his name was Antagonus, a nobleman. But to make an end of the ship, to see how the sea flat dragged it, but first how the poor souls roared, and how the sea mocked them, and how the poor gentleman roared, and how the bear mocked him. Both roaring louder than the sea or weather.
Name of mercy, when was this, girl?
Now, I have not winked since I saw these sights. The men are not yet cold under water, nor the bear half dined on the gentleman. He's at it now.
Oh, heavy matters. But look thee here, girl. Now bless thyself. Thou medst with things dying, I with things newborn. Here's a sight for thee. Look thee here, a barren cloth for a squire's child. Take up, girl. Opens. So let's see. It was told me I should be rich by the fairies. This is some changeling. Open what's within, girl.
You're a maid, old woman. If the sins of your youth are forgiven you, you shall well to live. Gold, all gold.
This is fairy gold, girl, and 'twill prove so. Up with, keep it close. Home, the next way. We are lucky, girl, and to be so still requires nothing but secrecy.
Go you the next way with your findings. I'll see if the bear be gone from the gentleman, and how much he hath eaten. They're never cursed but when they are hungry. If there be any left of him, I'll bury it.
That's a good deed. If thou mayst discern by that which is left of him from what he is, fetch me to the side of him.
Marry, I will, and you shall help to put him in the ground.
'Tis a lucky day, girl, and we'll do good deeds on it.